Hello, everyone, and I guess we get started right now. I'm the host today, and my name is Yanni. I'm working for CNPIEC, that stands for China National Publications Import and Export Group Corporation. Today's presentation's theme is Enter Chinese Publishing Market with the CNPIEC, and the 1-hour session is consisting of 3 parts. First of all, you will be hearing a presentation given by my colleague Jason from Beijing International Book Fair. That is one part of CNPIEC. And he will give you a brief introduction of the book fair and tell you why you should come to the fair and how should you participate it and what you can expect from the fair. And after that, the second and the third parts will be given by my other colleagues from Chinese Digital Content Department and Overseas eBook Department. They will give you an introduction about the digital resource platform we created. It's called CNPE Reading. After the presentation, you will get to know which Chinese books on this platform of foreign publishers or organizations or libraries can get access to. And as a foreign publisher, how can you put your digital content on this platform to make more Chinese readers reach it? And after these 3 presentations, you are free to ask questions to them. And my other colleagues from Beijing International Book Fair and the Digital Content Department, they're all sitting in front row, so please feel free to ask any questions. And by the way, we prepared some refreshments on the table. Please help yourself. I think I should stop here and give the stage to my colleague Jason.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. Today, I'm going to talk about enter the Chinese publishing market with CNPIEC. Oops. So before we start, I want to go through some acronyms we're going to use today. CNPIEC, which stands for China National Publications Import and Export Corporation. If you have done businesses in China, you probably already know about CNPIEC, as we are the first import and export company for publications. Currently, we have over 30% of the export market share and over 60% of the import market share. And BIBF stands for Beijing International Book Fair. We're one of the top 4 book fairs in the world. We're the largest professional fair in Asia. And every year, we have over 2,000 exhibitors and over 200,000 visitors. So why coming to China? China has a huge market, and the publishing industry is growing strong. And digital publishing is developing fast. And also, the private companies playing an important role in China now. So 1.3 billion people, that's a lot of people in China. This is a photo from my daily commute to work. And this is what living with 1.3 billion people look like. So I'm going to talk about the publishing industry. I'm going to show you some figures about the industry. First, the total revenue. The total revenue of Chinese publishing industry in 2012 is $271.8 billion. That's a lot of zeros. I did a exchange from RMB to USD. I have to do it several times. And in 2012, we have 7.9 billion books published. That's 414,000 titles, a 12% increase from 2011. And scientific and education sector increased 26,000 titles, grow the most in terms of numbers. And children's titles increased 40%. They have the most growth in terms of percentage. And for copyrights imported, in 2011, we have over 16,000 copyrights imported. And in 2012, we have over 17,000 copyrights imported. As you can see from the chart, 90% of the copyrights are books. So for 2012, that's 16,533 books, and you could be part of that. In terms of digital publishing, the ebook total revenue in 2012 is $0.16 billion. That might be not a lot compared to physical books, but that's a 48% increase from 2011. And now all the major online retailers have their own digital platform. So here you can see JD.com, that's one of the largest online retailer in China right now, and also Amazon China has been growing. They just launched their Kindle last year in China. And the reading habits in China is changing as well. You can see in 2013, the people who prefer to read in digital format just got over 50%. And that's a 10% increase from 2012 and more than doubled from 2008. For reading devices, most people still use their computer to read from websites. That's 43%. And 41% of the people read on their mobile phones. That might be different from the rest of the world because smartphones just the handheld device for reading in China. And e-readers is only 6%. But I expect that figure to grow because the Kindle is in China now. So here's another photo from my daily commute to work. I like this photo because you can see the 4 types of people on the subway. Here, you can see some people sleeping, some people playing video games, and some reading on their cell phones, and some reading on Kindle. So for China, if you want your ebook to reach the masses, you want to know the big 3 telecom companies: China Mobile, China Unicom, China Telecom. And they all have their own platform. More and more publishers start working closely with them as well. Another difference in China to do the publishing business is that all the publishers are government-owned. But more and more private companies start working with the state-owned publishers. Now the private companies that dominate the trade market. So Mr. Ian Taylor, one of the exhibitors from BIBF, he said this in one of the interviews. The challenge is to grow links with the private sector publishers, as these are the future of Chinese publishing. You can see here, these are the 8 top sellers from Amazon China. And 6 of them have private companies involved behind these books, including the Kite Runner. So the market is great. Where should you start? Beijing International Book Fair is an excellent place to start, where you can meet the publishers, you can meet the authors, agents, private companies, and also meet other publishers from other countries. You can meet printing companies as well. So here's a photo of one of the group publishers in China. In recent years, more and more Chinese publishing companies are formed into large groups, either by provinces or by field of expertise. And in China, there are 35 of publishing groups in total, and 34 of them come to BIBF every year. You can also see the digital companies. They come to BIBF every year, including the telecom companies we just talked about: China Mobile, China Unicom. And here are some examples of the private companies in China. Most of them lack of funding to go to foreign fairs, but all the major ones have presence in BIBF. And the smaller companies, they might not come, they might not have a booth, but they all visit. So if you want to meet the private companies, you need to go to BIBF. And authors, they come to BIBF to meet the readers, also meet with publishers. Here's Mr. Mo Yan, who's the Nobel Prize winner. And also, let me see. And this is the literature night we host every time for BIBF. And this is Mr. Liu Zhenyun, one of my favorite writers. And Beijing International Book Fair, it's an international fair, so not only meeting Chinese publishers, you can meet other publishers from other countries, especially Asian countries and regions. You can meet Korean publishers, you can meet Japanese publishers, you can meet publishers from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, from India. And for printing companies, this year our BIBF has a dedicated area just for the printing companies. You can meet the traditional printers as well as print-on-demand solution providers. And every year, we host a variety of events for BIBF to help the foreign publishers and Chinese publishers to exchange, to communicate. We have the publishing forum every year. We have the rights manager seminar. We have the roundtable meetings for a better matchup. We also provide free space for exhibitors' events, so you can host your event for free. And today, we're using this area for 1 hour. We're paying $1,900, but you can do that in Beijing for free, so that's a lot of money saved. So I want to talk about some success stories. So here is Anatolia Lid, who's a Turkey-based agent. They just reserved their copyrights table a month before BIBF. So the owner, Amy, was really worried because nobody has time to respond to her emails requesting appointments. But after 2 days, she was really happy, and she talked to me and said, she has met everybody she wanted in 2 days, and she's going to the Great Wall for the 3rd day. Another success is the Flemish Literature Fund. They used to book 9 booths, but this year they were only booking 3 because the 4 out of 6 publishers they represented sold out their rights in China. So they're shrinking because they're successful. And the Smurfs, they came to BIBF last year for the first time, and they're not coming back this year because they sold everything they have. So I guess that's a unique problem we have in China because it's such a huge market. If you want to come to China, you better prepare. You have a lot of stuff to sell. And for this year, our dates are from August 27th to August 31st. If you want to attend, you have a variety of options. You can have the raw space. We have package booth. We have the rights table. We have a country collective stand. And we also have shelves and digital columns you can rent. I'm going to talk about the country collective stands because if you're a smaller publisher, going abroad is kind of a hassle. But you can go with the organization in your country. For example, you can go with the Publishers Association in the UK. You can go with the American Collective Stand from the US. They can arrange travel, arrange hotel for you. And also, some country has government funding, so you can reduce your price, your payment for the booth. And also, because the collective stand, they're big, and they have better locations, so you have better foot traffic that way. And this is a new area we have this year. It's called the Read and Play. It's just for children's books, where you can rent individual shelves and digital columns at a very affordable price. So in conclusion, if you want to enter the Chinese publishing market, come to BIBF because that's a great starting point. For BIBF, you can save a lot of time meeting the right people, getting the exposure, and also making deals. So that's all from me. Any questions you can ask after our presentation. Also, our booth is 1727. Please stop by if you want to talk to us. Thank you. And now my colleague from CNPIEC Digital section will talk about our own digital platform. Please welcome Mr. Duan Ren.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ran Duan, the director of CNPIEC's Chinese Digital Content Department. It's a great honor to be here, meeting everyone, and give a short introduction of China's digital publishing industry and CNPIEC's progress in the new era of international cooperation. My speech will cover three parts. The first, the fast growth in China's publishing. Second, CNPIEC in Chinese digital content, in Chinese digital publishing industry. Finally, CNPIEC's ebook and database products. In the recent decades, China is growing fast in its economy. We also see that China's publishing and the digital publishing industries share the same growth. In 2013, more than 202,000 new books were published in China, one of the largest new book amount worldwide. 1,260,000 different titles were sold, generating $9 million in the retail market only. Chinese writer Mo Yan, winning the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2012, just highlighted the rise of Chinese publishing as the largest publication import and export corporation in China. CNPIEC sees the global demand for Chinese content in digital has been rising dramatically, not just from the 50 million overseas Chinese, but also from worldwide scholars, students, and Chinese language learners. If we open the map of China's publishing industry, there are over 600 state-owned publishing groups and publishing houses, as well as over 1,000 private publishing companies in the mainland of China. As the most trusted international trade company, with a history of over 60,000 years in China's publishing, CNPIEC has solid partnership with most of these publishers and have gained a high reputation in this industry. Currently, we are the largest Chinese digital content aggregator with 80,000 ebooks, 20 databases, and more than 10,000 hours audiobooks. On our CNP Reading digital platform, 120 Chinese publishers' content can be found. These are some examples of our supplying publishing groups, including China Publishing Group, China Writers Publishing Group, Sino United Publishing United, and the Yellow River Publishing and Media Group. Getting the most of the high-quality publishing resources from each province, the publishing group has been growing rapidly in the past 10 years. On the list of our supplying independent publishers, we can also see some big names like People's Literature Publishing House, which is a leading one in literary writing. Law Prize China is the biggest legal publisher and information provider in China. And the last one, for example, Zhonghua Book Company is a publisher with a history over 120 years. Before I finish my speech, I'd like to introduce two key content, two key digital products we have. The CNP Chinese Literature Collection is an e-book collection, and the most comprehensive selection covers top Chinese literature bestsellers. In this e-book collection, one of the key partner publisher is People's Literature Publishing House, which founded in 1951. The People's Literature Publishing House is a leading national publishing institution specialized in literary writing, operating as part of the China's publishing group. People's Literature is currently the largest and the most influential literary publisher in China. From the very beginning, People's Literature has always been dedicated to in bringing the best literature domestically and overseas to the general readers, and its early portfolio includes works from every great Chinese literature writers in the 20th century, such as Lu Xun, who is regarded as the godfather of modern Chinese literature, and my personal favorite, Mo Yan, and another one like Yiling Zhang, the most popular writer in romance and women's book, as well as international classics such as the collection from William Shakespeare. In our CNP Chinese Literature collection, we provide 12,000 ebooks with 30% annual growth, covering top 100 Chinese literature writers, and it's available in PDF and EPUB. The second example of our key products is a CNP Professional Law Database. It's different from the last one, it's database, and it's the most complete and effective tool in law. It covers laws and regulations, legal education and tests, legal practice and references. It's in cooperation with Law Press China, which is founded in 1954. It's a leading legal publisher and information provider in China. And in this database, we can find more than 5,000 academic titles with 20% annual growth, and with fullest coverage of China's law and regulation year by year. Apart from these two products, we also have academic titles in cultural study, Chinese history, Chinese language learning, traditional Chinese medicine, social science, arts, and photography. We also provide trade titles, including award-winning and bestseller titles, fictions, romance, psychology, and children's book. Since last year, global distribution giant companies like Overdrive, Ingram, they came us for this content. So if you are a library or you are a digital distributor interested in your content, please get in touch. I hope to give you more details about our content and products and find new partners. Thanks for attention. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lena from Digital Development Center of CNPIEC. It's my great honor to be here to give you a brief introduction about our CNP e-reading platform and the ebook marketing and distribution direct to Chinese library market. Okay. My presentation will include 3 parts. Introduction to CNP e-reading platform, China ebook market overview, and ebook marketing and distribution. To start with, what CNP e-reading? It's a platform, okay, but it's not enough. It's a China's advanced trading and service platform for digital resources in both Chinese and foreign languages. It positions itself as one partner, all content and global services. With cutting-edge digital technologies, CNP e-reading is able to provide the most comprehensive service solutions to meet different demands of domestic and foreign publishers and library customers. It integrates both digital books and periodicals and includes Chinese and overseas digital contents. It sets up a world-leading whole process service system to provide foreign publishers comprehensive marketing and sales solutions and a one-stop platform to library customers. Let's move on to the ebook market in China. As we know, digital is a hit word today. China's demands for online content have been increasingly growing. So we can see from the chart, there is a trend for ebooks in China as well. But as to ebooks, why does CNP e-reading mainly focus on library market? Because it takes up to 90% of sales share in this market, as the government supports scientific research with effective, efficient investment. Okay. If you are publishers who intend to promote and distribute your ebooks in this market, how will it be better pursued? It's necessary to have an effective channel and even find a reliable partner. If so, CNPIEC and CNP e-reading are just what you are looking for. For publishers, CNP e-reading is a digital gateway to reach the Chinese library market instantly. Its target market includes 2 parts. First is the academic market, including libraries of universities, colleges, research institutes. The second part is public libraries, all of China. As aggregators platform, CNP e-reading has quite a lot of features. For instance, we can provide a complete library acquisition solution from title selection to order management in one platform. And we designed different functions for different users. However, the rest of them are specially designed for China's market. For instance, the professor recommendation management, which allow librarians and end users to interact online. The customer-friendly Chinese interface, the Chinese library classification system are widely used and very popular in China. Of course, we can provide customized mark record free of charge. So, we are very confident to help foreign publishers to reach thousands of Chinese libraries instantly and cover the most comprehensive ebook market in China. We will plan and operate sales and marketing activities without any additional charge. And we will provide flexible sales options to foreign publishers. Of course, we will protect your contents with DRM technologies and help you identify customers' demands by different reports. This is the business model we work with foreign publishers. That is, publisher determines the digital list price of each title in foreign currency, while CNPIEC determines the actual customer selling price in renminbi. After sales, CNPIEC will pay publishers content fee based on the list price publisher determined. That means we will guarantee publishers' revenue. The sales model on CNPIEC rating are just popular model widely used in the industry. For instance, we adopt one-time purchase for perpetual access. All access will be controlled by IP range. And multiple concurrent users, of course, we can support both pick and choose and collections models. As to DRM, we always understand publishers' concern on the safety of the files. So CNPIEC shall ensure that only authorized users may access to publishers' content with IP control, and the end users may copy, download, and print up to some percentage of one book. The percentage will be decided by publishers, and all copy, download, and print of any material will be by page with a dynamic watermark. That means the institute's name and IP address will be showed on the materials. We can trace where it is from. Besides, CNPIEC will provide a value-added marketing services in the following ways. It includes catalog promotion, product training, purchase proposal, product evaluation, market review with publishers to present our regular reports, and also will promote publishers' ebooks by major events and roadshows. Okay. Up to now, we have worked with over 20 foreign leading publishers, including Wiley and elsewhere, to hold their contents on our platform to distribute the ebooks to the Chinese libraries. So, in the end of my part, I just, on behalf of Digital Development Center of CNPIEC, sincerely invite you to work with us to expand China's ebook market together. If you have any interest or question about our platform or the service we can provide, please just feel free to let us know. Thank you.
And thank you very much. Here are all these three presentations about Beijing International Book Fair and Chinese digital content sales and the CNP reading platform. CNPIEC is able to provide all these kind of three services and the related information, and will be your best choice for entering Chinese markets. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask to our speakers. Any questions? Okay, I guess not. Alternatively, you can visit our stand on 1727 for more information. And thank you for attending this session, and wish you a pleasant stay at BEA.